Excuse me. Do you want this problem to become more of a... excuse me. My Fiddle Leaf Fig is overgrown. And if you want these exact same problems, stick to the end of this video. I'm giving you all the exact tips on how you can have an overgrown Fiddle Leaf Fig also. Let's go. Now I want to start by showing you my collection. I have some in the patio that are indoors. I have bambinos that have grown almost 6 feet now, still growing. I have some that I've acclimated successfully outdoors. I transferred it from indoors to outdoors. I have 2 projects that I'm working on right now. I have more that are indoors, meaning they're inside my house. I have a bambino that is indoors inside my house. And I even have a propagated Fiddle Leaf Fig that I chopped and propped from Big Mama. And we're gonna have a project that we're gonna do later on in this video. So I guess you can say, I kinda like Fiddle Leaf Figs. What do you think? I have them all. But specifically today, we're gonna go over pruning. Yes, I know, we're gonna cut them. I know, it seems scary. We spend so much money on it. We spend so much time and energy. What if it dies? What if it gets hurt? Listen, we're gonna go over all of that to ensure you have a healthy, great looking plant. So this one in particular, I wanna give you guys a quick backstory. I bought this plant when she was small and she was just a small little bush. If we zoom in, I have literally cut her over 5 to 6 times to kind of get this shape. And when I mean this shape, I mean the lollipop look. When I mean the lollipop, I mean we have the stem comes out and it bushes out. But as you see, she is overdue for a cut. So the goal for my plant right here is to trim her so she's more ball lollipop-like. If you're like me and you plan on cutting a Fiddle Leaf Fig, try cutting them during the summertime and avoid the winter. The winter time is when they're more dormant. You wanna cut them during the growing season. So let's go over which branches we're gonna cut. Now remember, in order to have a lollipop, we have to cut the outer branches in so that they branch out and create the ball figure. So you see how this branch is protruding out. It's very healthy. This is gonna be propagated. So we're gonna cut precisely right here. Next branch, you see, this one is not protruding so much. So this one's gonna get a chop around right here. So you kind of see the pattern. We're not cutting too far in, but we're making the chops just to cut the outer edges to kind of continue the ball figure. You see this branch right here, we're gonna make a cut right at that top because it's touching the ceiling and that's not good. In order to change this, I either need to buy a bigger house or cut the plant. And I think the best option is just to cut the plant. Now, I wanna be clear. After we make these chops, do you think we're gonna throw away some healthy Fiddle Leaf Fig leaf branches? Absolutely not. We're gonna be propagating them. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly my procedure on how to propagate a Fiddle Leaf Fig. And so this means more plant projects. Why would we throw away fun? We like having fun. We like planting things. These are more opportunities. We're gonna have a whole Fiddle Leaf Fig forest by the end of the day. So step 1, you're gonna need some sharp scissors. That need to be sterilized. I haven't sterilized these yet, so this is a perfect opportunity to show you exactly how I do it. Grab you some alcohol, 70%. We're just gonna sterilize both sides. Flip it over. Boom. Now you have sterilized scissors that are ready to chop. Now it's time for our first chop. Remember, this is the space we're gonna do it at, right here. And this is gonna be perfect, like for a prop, like this is gonna be a great branch. So, get ready. I mean, I know we're not done yet, but all I'm gonna do is take off the bottom leaves. And look, this is a nice sized Fiddle Leaf Fig already. I'm excited. Okay, let me chop the other ones. Okay, remember this one. So the goal is lollipops. So how I measure, So it's round. We're gonna go right here. Take this cut, boom. Cut. It's looking perfect. Oh, here's another leaf. So similar spot. Perfect. Spin her around. Okay. Make it easier to cut. We have some more that we're gonna make some trims on here and here and here. Perfect. I want to show you guys a perfect example of why it's important to cut. So these leaves were touching the window, and because I can only move it so much, it got burned. They got burned. So here's the solution. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take these leaves off. Boom. Take them off. Boom. And we're also gonna make a cut right here. And right there. The more we cut, the easier it becomes. Honestly, the first cut was really hard, but the more we're cutting, it's become more of a... It's looking good. This is looking good. We have one more, the top one. So you see this at the very top. We have to... Perfect. And now if we look at it, this is the lollipop shape I like. Nice cut, similar. We have so much more space over here. So much more opportunity for branching in this area. And I promise you guys, she's gonna grow even bigger. Even bigger. Now, guess what our next project is? You see all our cuttings? I'm gonna show you guys exactly what to do to get them ready to be propagated. It's pretty simple. You wanna have enough stem in the water so that roots can start growing. So you wanna take the stem and break the leaves off, like this. You see, I just tore the leaves off at the bottom, and now I can place it in a bottle just like so. Cup of water, but I'm gonna prep all of these. So what you wanna do is leave at least 3 to 4 leaves on the branch and have some stem to be able to get into the water. So I'm gonna be putting these in these water containers that I've saved. Some of them have more than 5 leaves, but I wanna have at least some in there. I mean, what are we gonna do with all these? You know, maybe I'll do a raffle. I don't know, you guys put in the comments what we should do, because I honestly don't need all of these. I'm gonna be honest, I don't need all of these. But I like these fun projects, so comment what we should do. Should we do a raffle? Now here's the final step. Filling it up. Now let me be the first to say this. You don't need this big water container. You can actually use a water bottle. I wouldn't say 100, but I have so many of these left over. I said, let me make them useful. So FYI, you don't need all this water. You can use simply a water bottle, but you guys, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the finished product, part 1, finished product, part 2? And I also want to cover some common myths on Fiddle Leaf Fig care for beginners. Number 1, do not put them in a dark corner. This is a living thing. It needs bright, indirect light to survive. For example, put it next to a window. Second tip, chunky soil mix. Be sure they're in a well-draining soil so that they have the proper drainage. Those pots with no draining holes, let me tell you, just stay on the safe side and get chunky soil mix and have a pot with draining holes. If you guys want more in details about what kind of chunky soil mix I use, comment below. And the third tip I want to say, this one's not common. When you water it, rotate it at least like 25 degrees, at least 25, because you'll notice your Fiddle Leaf Fig is gonna start growing towards the light. And if you have one predominant light source like a window, without moving it, your Fiddle Leaf Fig is gonna start leaning over. So you guys wanna water it and rotate it 25 degrees every single time. So that's gonna conclude this video, you guys. If you guys love this content, if you guys got some value out of it, Comment below if you guys have any other questions, or should I do more parts on the Fiddle Leaf Fig, because I clearly love it. Comment below. And like I always say, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your auntie, tell your uncle about my page. My name is Jason. I love creating content. I love getting better. We're always improving. Shout out to all my new followers. I love y'all. Thank y'all for the engagement. Thank you for the comments. And we're gonna continue to put out bangers. So if you like this content, go watch my other videos that have other content. And until next time, I love y'all. Peace.